Number 10. Fugaku Uchiha, the chief who never got his moment. Starting off our list is Sasuke's dad, Fugaku Uchiha. Now you might be thinking, wait, didn't this guy get taken out by his own son in like 2 seconds? And yeah, you're not wrong. But here's the thing about Fugaku. The man was holding back more power than a teenager holding back their true feelings. Fugaku possessed the Mangekyo Sharingan and could have easily stopped the Nine-Tails attack on Konoha. But instead of flexing his god-tier abilities, he chose to let his clan get wiped out. Talk about commitment to a plan, even if it was a terrible one. The guy literally had the power to change history, but decided to take a permanent nap instead. Still, his Sharingan was strong enough to control the Nine-Tails, which automatically puts him in legendary territory. This is Emiverse Anime. Watch this video to the end, and hit that subscribe button now. Number 9. Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja who wasn't even an Uchiha. Here's where things get spicy. Kakashi, our beloved silver-haired sensei, managed to become one of the most feared Sharingan users without a single drop of Uchiha blood. It's like being the best pizza maker in Italy when you're actually from Nebraska. Technically possible, but absolutely wild. With just one Sharingan eye, Kakashi copied over 1,000 jutsu and earned the nickname Copy Ninja. The man turned a borrowed eye into a career-defining superpower. Sure, using it drained his chakra faster than a smartphone battery at 1%, but when he finally got both eyes during the war, he became temporarily unstoppable. Kakashi, with dual Mangekyo Sharingan, was basically creative mode in Minecraft, unlimited power with godlike abilities. Number 8. Indra Otsutsuki, the original Uchiha blueprint. Meet Indra, the great-great-great-grandfather of all your Uchiha problems. This guy was literally the first person to awaken the Sharingan, making him the patient zero of eye-based superpowers. Imagine being so naturally gifted that you accidentally create an entire bloodline of overpowered ninjas. That's Indra for you. As the son of the Sage of Six Paths, Indra had power flowing through his veins like it was his morning coffee. His Sharingan could see through any jutsu, and his chakra was so potent it could manifest as a giant purple warrior. The best part? He did all this without YouTube tutorials or training montages. Just pure, raw talent that makes every other ninja look like they're playing with training wheels. Number 7. Izuna Uchiha, Madara's little brother. Hokuto Izuna Uchiha was basically Madara's training partner, who happened to be almost as terrifyingly powerful. Think of him as the Luigi to Madara's Mario. Except Luigi could also destroy villages with his eyes. Izuna was the first Uchiha to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan alongside his brother, which is like being the first person to discover fire while your sibling discovers electricity. This guy fought the Senju clan to a standstill and was considered Madara's equal in many ways. His Sharingan abilities were so advanced that even after his death, his eyes continued to serve Madara for decades. That's some next-level brand loyalty right there. Unfortunately, Izuna's career was cut short by Tobirama, proving that even the most powerful eyes can't dodge good old-fashioned sword techniques. Number 6. Shisui Uchiha, the teleporting mind controller. Shisui, the teleporter Uchiha, was so fast that enemies thought he could be in multiple places at once. His nickname wasn't Shisui of the Body Flicker for nothing. The man moved like he had lag compensation in real life. But speed wasn't even his most terrifying ability. Shisui possessed Kodo Amatsukami, which is basically the Sharingan's version of Inception. He could implant thoughts so deeply into someone's mind that they'd think those thoughts were their own original ideas. Imagine if you could make your worst enemy suddenly think that giving you all their money was their brilliant idea. That's the level of mind control we're talking about here. The technique was so overpowered that it could only be used once every 10 years, which is probably for the best, because otherwise Shisui would have just mind-controlled everyone into world peace. Number 5. Itachi Uchiha, the genius who broke the power scale. Itachi Uchiha was basically what happens when you max out all your stats before leaving the tutorial village. This man awakened his Sharingan at age 8 after witnessing war, achieved Mangekyo Sharingan as a teenager, and proceeded to become so overpowered that the series had to kill him off with tuberculosis because no villain could actually beat him. His Mangekyo abilities were like a greatest hits album of things that will ruin your day. Amaterasu burned with flames that never went out. It was basically the ultimate barbecue technique that you definitely didn't want to be invited to. Tsukuyomi trapped you in an illusion where Itachi could torture you for 72 hours in what felt like a few seconds in real time. And if that wasn't enough, he had Susanoo, a giant chakra mech with a sword that could seal anything it stabbed. Itachi wasn't just strong, he was unfairly strong. Number 4. Obito Uchiha, from zero to universal threat. Obito's character development is like watching someone go from getting picked last in gym class to becoming the final boss of the entire series. This guy went from, I'm going to be Hokage, to, I'm going to put everyone in an eternal dream real quick. And honestly, his Sharingan evolution was just as dramatic. His Mangekyo Sharingan ability, Kamui, was basically a cheat code that let him become intangible and teleport anything to a pocket dimension. Fighting Obito was like trying to punch someone in a video game who had God mode enabled. The man survived, having half his body crushed under a boulder, and came back stronger than ever. When he became the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, he achieved power levels that made previous villains look like they were throwing paper airplanes at a fighter jet. Number 3. Sasuke Uchiha, the last Uchiha standing. Sasuke represents the evolution of Uchiha power into the modern era. While other Uchiha were content with regular Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, Sasuke said, "Hold my tomato," and awakened the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, then added Rinnegan to his collection like he was collecting Pokemon cards. His Susanoo became a perfect form that could fight tailed beasts like they were house cats. His Amaterasu could be shaped and controlled with Blaze Release, and his space-time jutsu made him one of the most mobile fighters in existence. By the end of Shippuden, Sasuke had enough power to fight gods and win. In Boruto, he's basically the universe's cleanup crew, handling threats that would make entire villages surrender immediately. Number 2. Madara Uchiha, the man who made being overpowered look easy. Madara Uchiha didn't just raise the bar for Sharingan users, he launched it into orbit and then destroyed it with a meteor jutsu. This man's idea of a fair fight was taking on an entire army by himself and winning so hard that people are still talking about it decades later. His eternal Mangekyo Sharingan could control the Nine Tails like a pet, and his perfect Susanoo was basically a chakra kaiju with the attitude of someone who really enjoys ruining everyone's day. But Madara didn't stop there. He added Sage Mode, became a Jinchuriki, awakened the Rinnegan, and eventually became the closest thing to a god that the ninja world had ever seen. The man literally had to be backstabbed by his own ally because there was no other way to stop him. Number 1. Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the sage who started it all. At the top of our list sits Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the sage of 6 paths, who didn't just master the Sharingan, he basically invented the concept of being overpowered. This is the man who created the tailed beasts as a weekend hobby and casually taught ninjutsu to humanity like he was sharing his favorite cookie recipe. Hagoromo's Sharingan evolved into the Rinnegan, giving him power over life and death, space and time, and basically every other fundamental force in the universe. He could create life, seal dimensions, and his chakra was so potent that it lasted for 1,000 years after his death. When modern characters get power-ups, they're basically receiving hand-me-downs from Hagoromo's ancient wardrobe. The man fought his mother, who could literally destroy planets, and won. Then, he spent the rest of his eternal existence making sure his descendants didn't accidentally end the world with their inherited god powers. If that's not the ultimate Sharingan flex, I don't know what is. So, there you have it. The 10 strongest Sharingan users, ranked from incredibly overpowered to literally godlike. Which ranking surprised you the most? And more importantly, which of these eye techniques would you want in real life? Let me know in the comments. And remember to subscribe for more anime power scaling that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite series.